with this barracks full of cultists and guards. Let's see how the party reacts to this new human here once they actually finally meet. Okay, so we were taking it off at the top of the order here. It is Fane's turn.
Alright, I will go ahead and use my short bow again for cultist 10.
Okay. Now you have many allies within melee range of that particular cultist, which enacts the rules for the sneak attack.
What does that mean?
So that you get to add that sneak attack effect to your damage before you roll the damage, right? So you'll want to click under the powers or that we manage actions. We want to add that sneak attack effect to you.
By clicking it like that?
So that didn't actually do it. So I don't know if you double click to make it happen, or if you actually have to drag it to you. No, that didn't.
I think it's a click drag on yourself. Like you can click and drag it onto your portrait.
You might also have to hit
effects.
look at it for you. You might have to hit. Oh yeah, you have to hit the actual magnifying glass. Open up the thing that has the actual effect. You'll click on the effect. There we go.
There we go.
Yep, so that has applied your sneak attack effect to you. And so now when you roll damage for your short bow, it will do so with the sneak attack intact.
What do I do for damage?
On your short bow?
Do I just roll with onto the right of the first that I rolled with?
Yep, the first one's attack, and the one on the right of it's the damage one. So you'll just click and drag it on it.
Yep, that's it.
Bam!
Oh, did you drag it over the cultist?
Oh yeah, wait, hold, 1 second, let me fix it. Yeah, because once you rolled the first time, it consumed the sneak attack effect. So let's see, which one are we on?
Sorry.
10.
This is cultist 10. No, it's all right. We're the first roll was a 10, and I'll just apply that 10 to the cultist, which is.
He's also prone right now, isn't he? Supposed to be? Or was?
No, cultist 2 is prone.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the other one. Sorry.
Yeah, cultist 2 is the one who knocked prone. Yeah, because I dragged the effect over. That would have handled itself the disadvantage automatically for that with the ranged attack. Yeah, so the with the sneak attack intact, doing damage, the cultist is more engaged with the wolf as well as the two combatants in melee in front of it, and just doesn't see the arrow that streaks. Slides along the edge of the wall, streaking right towards the side of its head. Clunk. Right in the side of the temple, and it has the almost, the hat that you put on that looks like the arrow sticking out of either side of your head, except for it's not a hat. It is an actual arrow sticking all the way through his head to the other side. And he just kind of crumples into a pile onto the ground, dead.
So I still have a move action and a bonus action?
That is correct.
So I'm going to move and hide on the other side of the direwolf. that work?
Okay. Yep. And then go ahead and roll your stealth for
Fine.
the actual hide part. Yeah. So using the bonus action to hide, you think real thin behind the mass that is the direwolf that you're trying to hide behind the legs, and you feel like the cultists that are around to see just you're the least of their worries. It is the direwolf's turn.
Can I squeeze into that space? It's pretty small.
Yeah, you can squeeze into 5 foot, but you are, you're enacting the actual 5 foot squeezing rules for you.
So I would have disadvantage, but I also have advantage because of pack tactics.
That is correct. Right, they kind of cancel
So
each
it's
other
just a regular.
Mm-hmm. Wait a second. Oh, that did advantage anyway.
Oh.
Because he's prone. Oh yeah, we didn't. We'd have to cancel that out, but it was fine because it missed anyway.
Yeah, both of them missed. So.
That's right, because he's still prone. Now on this one, let's see. Where was the trying to think about if that cultist would actually get an attack on you or not? I think in this particular case it would. Yeah, because that's at least half a square of threatened range there.
Yeah, that's fine. With the prone one, though?
Nope.
So the prone doesn't prevent it from taking the reaction. It would just have doesn't. No. I know 11 does.
I just didn't think you could take an action if you were prone.
You can't, you can attack while prone, you just have disadvantage on the attack.
Oh.
Yeah, we've done that in the past. People attacking while they're on the ground.
Okay, so he's prone, so that should automatically do the disadvantage. Let's see if I click advantage, if it actually does the canceling out or not. Advantage, disadvantage. Yeah, see, it automatically does the disadvantage for being prone. It's gonna get a swipe in at the paw. As it's ducked down, it just barely evaded the attack. But as you try to back away, it's going to actually swipe in and then hit the paw for a little bit of damage. Should make it TX's turn.
Okay, let's go for the prone dude.
With your ranged attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, where'd he go? Where'd the dude that I had the curse on? Is that dude dead now?
It said it expired on him. It's cultist 2.
It should not have expired. Why did it expire?
I don't know things.
I don't know why it expired. The thing lasts for an hour. I'm just gonna put that back on him.
Yeah, it shouldn't. Cultist 2 was the one that was hexed. So,
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go for an attack. Do I have disadvantage on that since he's prone?
it'll automatically do that with a ranged attack.
Ba-doom. Oh, getting lots of ones.
You know, keeping that status quo. Wait a
I'll
second.
go ahead and protection there.
Yeah, okay. And so that gives her disadvantage, or gives them disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay, yep, that forces it to miss. As you kind of, as it kind of postures itself to the left to try to attack the direwolf, you just kind of harry it with the shield, making it hard for it to make a full arc swipe, which in turn gives the direwolf just enough time to dodge out of the way. It's Morn's turn.
Alright.
I don't know, Morn, even though that one's prone, it is hexed, so it's got the buff. You may want to
I
attack the
know,
other
man.
one.
I gotta try, though. I gotta try. I gotta break the streak. Holy shit. Only because he was knocked down.
Yeah.
Oh shit. And guess what? I could use Touch of Death. Boom!
Mm-hmm.
And, because I'm a dickhead,
Just cause.
just because I can, I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna attack someone else. Boom! Shit. Oh, there's the one.
Wait a minute. Something, okay,
What? I killed him.
No, that's right. No, but I mean, your attack with your offhand doesn't get your strength modifier on it. It literally does 1 damage.
No, it gets my dex modifier.
It doesn't get either modifier for your offhand attack, not with a weapon.
It count because I'm a monk. It counts as a regular handed attack.
Only if you use your martial. Wait a minute. Hold up. Might actually be right. I don't know. I'm double checking.
Oh, it said it counted as.
It's a monk weapon. You can use your dex instead of your strength for attack rolls, definitely. Damage strike, unarmed strikes, and monk weapons. But when you use your bonus attack for your dual wielding, the dual wielded weapon does not get your stat modifier for the second for offhand attack. trying to find the little section that talks about dual wielding. It's gonna take
I say it doesn't say anywhere on dual wielding feat or martial arts that actually don't get the modifier.
It's not because it's not martial arts. It's not the dual wielding feat. The dual wielding feat says you actually, like specifically, the dual wielding feat says that you get your, like its special bonus for the feat says that you get to use your dex. Do you have the feat for dual wielding?
No, I do not. Because we decided it was useless because I get to use the regular offhand attack anyway. Because of
No.
my.
Everybody, because everybody gets to have an offhand attack if they have a weapon in their offhand. Everybody. Use the bonus action to use your attack with your offhand. The dual wielder lets you use a non-light weapon when two weapon fighting in your offhand.
And give you +1 to AC.
You can draw on two weapons instead of one. No, it doesn't actually. No, so it doesn't actually even add that bonus. Something we just need to figure out here. Two weapon fighting. It specifically says when you take the attack action and attack with a light melee weapon that you're holding in one hand, you can use a bonus action to attack with a different light melee weapon that you're holding in the other hand. You don't add your ability modifier to the damage of the bonus attack unless that modifier is negative. And if they have the thrown property, you may choose to throw it instead of make a melee attack with it. So you'll have to make an offhand damage that does not add your dex modifier.
Oh, okay. Well, that's just stupid. Alright. Well, I guess it's just 1 damage then, huh?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that sucks. So I have to make a new ability for that. So far, being a monk sucks.
That's every single dual wielder. Otherwise, if you got double your stat modifier, what would be the point of having a two-handed weapon? I mean, because if you get attacked twice, you get your stat modifier once, and then again when you attack with the offhand.
That makes sense.
So what's the I mean that's the whole point. It's the balancing of the one-handed or the two-handed weapon versus the two one-handed weapons. Otherwise, you have a 2d6 plus dex, where that would be a great sword is 2d6 plus strength. It's exactly, it's the same that way. But you have to attack twice. You have 2 attack rolls to make it happen, but the advantage is then you've got multiple the ability to apply multiple on-hit effects, like getting a second chance to make sure your sneak attack goes off, or the second chance to do something else, or if you have whatever, some poison or whatever, you get multiple chances to stack those modifiers. In that regard, it comes at the disadvantage of having to roll 2 attacks to make it happen. Okay, yep, so that's fixed and figured. Alright, was you going to do anything else on your turn?
Kind of trapped in the corner. So, near.
Okay.
You can move if you wanted to.
Move forward? Why would I do that?
You'd be diametrically opposed to the direwolf, and therefore would have advantage on your attacks due to flanking.
I'm
But if
just
I don't
saying
move-
you could
I-
have. I'm not saying you should
If
have.
if I don't move and that cultist over there, the dumb guy, comes in the range of us, then it's a win for us too. Or the guard, whatever. Figured they've been bumbling over each other all freaking match, the whole fight. So I mean, like they're coming towards me. Why should I go towards them? I gotta make a new ability now.
It is Karth's turn.
Can't quite hit that cultist from where I'm at, can I?
No, that'd be at least 3/4 cover, which would reduce your if you had an attack roll on it, it'd reduce it by 5.
Okay, I'm gonna move up then.
Do you have any? You don't have dark vision or anything like that. No, you're a human. Okay.
But he does have vision because of the torch. So
Yeah, right now, and like on the stuff out in the room that's going on right now. Yep.
I'm going to cast magic missiles on this cultist.
Ooh, okay. So you get 3 missiles, and you can resolve them one at a time.
and you're all about multi attacks. Like do they always hit?
They always
That's cool.
hit. Yeah, that's the advantage of magic missiles. They you get 3 missiles and they can't miss. The only thing is if something is immune to force, and if you're fighting one of those, you're dead. I'm just gonna tell you right
okay.
now.
Why?
At least at this level. The only thing I could think of is a force dragon that's actually immune to force. At this, like, I think there's one other thing to maybe.
So, I get a movement and 2 actions. Is that how this works?
A movement and then a regular action, which that was the casting of your regular spell, and then you have a bonus action, assuming you have something that can be used as a bonus action.
Can my blade ward be a bonus action?
Is it? I don't know. It'll usually say in the actual spell description itself, cast time bonus action.
Just 1 action. It doesn't say anything about bonus.
Yeah, so that would take a full action, so you would not be able to use that as well.
Okay, well, I suppose I am done.
So for those that are out in the main area of the room, you see a human. Actually, don't know how you're dressed at all. Not in cultist robes, I'm assuming.
Correct.
That is not wearing the same kind of attire as the regular cultists. You just barely see out of the shadows something come up, and you see it posture its hands out in front of it as it releases 3 bolts of energy that fire in rapid succession, bludgeoning into the actual cultist, and then pierce into its body. And after it gets riddled by these bolts of force, it just collapses dead. In front of your eye.
Before I click in my turn, I just want to stand here all dashing like.
Roll perception, Karth.
1 second.
Yep, no worries. Rushing at you from the tunnel to the west comes another one of these cultists who was slinking off in the shadows in the back. And you just barely out of your peripheral vision catch as he comes forward, as he comes charging. Right before he gets you is, "For the dragon!" And as it attacks you with its scimitar. Hold up a second.
Something's not right there, surely.
Are you actually in? No, it might actually be true because he's probably just in robes because he's a sorcerer. We're
A
Little bit squishy.
base 10 minus 1, I guess.
Yes.
Icky.
Yeah. Wow. I did not expect the 9 to hit, but it is base 10 and then -1 for Dex.
Wow. Impressive.
Gonna run up to you and just slash at you from behind, raking you right across the side. You can feel a small bit of warmth as a trickle of blood starts to run down from right on the side of your ribs.
I'm gonna attempt to shove the guard prone.
Okay. You're renowned for your feats of strength. And with a reasonable roll there, you just completely overpower it, bashing it down with your shield, knocking it prone. That's interesting. That could be so sweet. Alright, it is Vane's turn.
Can I use my Can I use my bow and arrow from here, or do I need to move back over to the left of the dark wolf?
Yeah, it'd be pretty difficult. I'm pretty loose with the friendly
It's fine.
the cover, but that one would be difficult. Like unless you like drop prone and shot through the legs or something like some kind of trick shot like that. You'd probably want to
No,
get.
I don't think I'm that good with it yet.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd totally work out. You are considered hidden to Cultist 1, which gives you advantage. So, you can click in the bottom left of your screen the ADV button before you take your attack and roll it over Cultist 1.
Okay.
Ooh.
Happy times.
This guy's gonna get dead. So you've met both conditions for sneak attack. You have your people in melee as well as having advantage on your attack. So yeah, you apply that, and then roll the damage onto it.
So many dice.
Ham sandwich.
Bye. You say bad day.
Similar to the previous one that was killed, it was just slightly unaware and did get struck. This one, with a broadhead arrow, hits the side of the neck, literally severing the head from the body as the arrow passes through the actual neck. The head, it's only attached by a little piece in the back. It actually goes through the spine and severs the vertebrae, and he dies instantly. And then his head falls first and falls backwards and hangs there attached to the back of his neck. And then a couple of seconds later, then the whole body crumples, dying very gruesomely, but instantly.
All right, and I'm gonna leave with excitement because I killed it so well, and then I'm gonna pat the wolf on the bum again, encourage it to get the last one that we see, that I can see, to give her advantage on her next.
Okay. Many damages.
That mob just got like my kid's Lego collection dumped on its head. All them dice.
Yep.
Okay, I'm not really sure what you want me to do here, because if I squeeze in, I'm gonna have disadvantage, so it's gonna cancel out again, but it's still gonna try and give me prone, or the prone advantage.
So go ahead and click disadvantage, and the advantage will cancel each other inside the actual mechanism of the program. So just click the disadvantage button first, and then go that route. Yeah. Have to kind of move your shoulders and crunch them together as you kind of crawl your way forward, almost a little commando style. As you get just in range, try to bite it. But the guard is, while prone, is definitely trying to be quite reactive. Has his wits about him, and actually puts the shield up in the way, covering most of his body, and so you can't actually get anything to actually get your bite onto the. As you try to open, you can't open your snout just quite wide enough to get all the way around onto something.
And I've moved back, so.
Did I do that right? Advantage. Okay, yeah. So it did cancel. Okay, so that was an actual critical. Yeah. So even though it's laying down and it's got the shield covering most of its body, just as you kind of start to back away, it this time reaches out with a spear and gets right in the knuckle joint of your elbow of your front leg, and it hurts quite a bit as it pierces through, and you can feel certain bits rip and tear a little as you yelp with the intensity of the pain. And you kind of feel like, well, now that you're stabilized, you're like putting weight on it is a little tender, but it's not currently restricting your ability to move, even though it is just a bit, it just feels tender. Would that be? Was that the end of your turn?
That's it? Yeah, I don't think I can do anything else.
Okay. All right. Grand Adventurer TX. It's his time to shine.
Alright, So I'm gonna move that hex over to this guy now.
The guard.
Yay!
Okay. Is it a recasting of the spell every time, or can you actually move it from one target without a recasted spell?
When someone dies. Okay, so you place curse, yada yada. When the spell ends, you deal. Okay. And also choose. Huh, I didn't do that, but I ignored that part. Okay, if the target drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on a subsequent turn of yours to curse a new creature.
And this is all while you're concentrating. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. One thing I didn't do
Apparently he's not concentrating too hard. He can't hit his targets.
is this thing also grants disadvantage on an ability check that I choose, which I totally forgot that I could do.
Okay, and what ability are you going to be disadvantaging on for the guard? I guess you would just choose the baseline of.
I think you just choose like one of the.
Not a particular skill, but an ability, like a.
Oh, okay. Is that what I said?
Ability checks made with the chosen ability, so Dex, Strength, Int, whatever.
Oh, okay. So I'll choose Dex.
Dex? Okay.
Okay. I'll start making effects or actions for that as well. So don't worry too much about that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, let's see if I can attack this bitch.
It's still prone, so that's gonna come into play.
Yep.
I should do it automatically with the ranged attack.
Oh my god, I rolled 4 times my past 3 rolls. Yay!
Yay. Yeah, because last time it was like a 14 and a 1, this time it's a 14 and a 4.
Woo! And a bunch of ones before that.
Yeah, and a bunch. Yeah, exactly.
Alright, Morin, get your curb stomp on.
All right.
Nice.
Yay. So for TX, Bob, I was reading, here are 2 different types of temporary hit points stack. By the way,
Okay.
they're supposed to.
Oh, we'll worry about that later.
Just like, yeah, I was just reading about them.
I actually have to hit something for my goddamn other stuff to. Yeah. But good to know.
I'm no Superman. Anyway.
Oh, never mind. I'm read again wrong. Never mind. You just have to pick the higher of the 2.
Okay, so that's what it's doing. Alright.
Yeah.
Handles it great then.
Just refills.
Yeah. I wasn't actually sure. I was gonna have to look that up afterwards, but
Yeah, like I was wondering because I was hoping I was gonna kill that guy and get like a bunch more temporary hit points,
just
but they
keep
don't
getting
stack.
a bigger and bigger shield. Yeah, it seems.
Yeah. OP.
It seems to make more sense this way, actually.
So I can just refill it back up to whatever I reroll when I do it. We're finally killing people, isn't it awesome?
Things are happening.
Events have been taken. Direwolf can totally fit now.
Well,
Hey, I didn't say well. It might be a little tight of a squeeze, but you know.
Karth, you see two more cultists come. Just the shadowy illuminations, you can see them reflecting off of that wall behind you as two more cultists come down that tunnel towards you.
How would I attempt to disengage from this cultist who attacked me?
You would just declare that you're going to use the disengage action, which would actually use your action for the turn, which means that when you move, you would not be able to receive attacks of, like, people would not be able to take attacks of opportunity against you from moving away from them out of their threatened square. So you just say you're going to do it. You wouldn't have to roll or anything like that. Then just begin.
Yes, I would. Yes, I'm going to disengage and run towards this plate fellow.
Run to the hills.
Dun, 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 dun.
And then I say, "Hey guys, I'm Karth," and I see a big wolf, and stop what I'm saying. I'm like, "Nice puppy, nice puppy." Do I get to cast a cantrip or anything, or was that?
Disengage is an action.
Yeah, it would take your action to do that. So unless it was something that could be used as a bonus action, which there are not too many spells that can be done. Although you have the sorcerer point, you can quicken a spell to make something bonus action castable.
And just gonna stop my move and hope my new friends are friendly.
Yeah. So this human runs out. Laurel did see him kill one of the other cultists, and then get attacked by another one as he's coming out. So I don't know how he'd react to that exactly. I don't know. Would Morn have been able to see that yet? Yeah, Morn would have definitely seen the cultist die, and it looks like he has enough angle. He would have seen the attack made as well. But I don't think anybody else would have actually seen what's going on, other than when Laurel said earlier out loud that there's a mage back there, and he looks to be on our side. So that seems to be the only knowledge that anybody else would have of this person who just jumps out. You're in the heat of this battle, on how you might react to this new person.
Well, it kind of depends on what this person was doing when they were running towards us. Was he flying going, ah, or was he like running at me with a sharp knife?
He doesn't see. He hasn't drawn any weapons, so he doesn't seem to be armed. Other than that.
I just watched him blow a couple people to pieces.
One. You saw one anyway.
Yeah,
You don't know about the other one. The stuff that's taking place in the other room.
As far as I'm concerned, he's okay.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Pretty much. Got that guy in the back of the head. I like him.
Okay.
I can't speak for everybody else.
So you can, even though they look to be blocking your path, you could try to make it past them if you wanted, but that'd be up to them at this point whether or not they'd let you pass them. You could have done that, or you could stop there as well. I mean, you saw the big wolf. Did that stop you in your tracks?
Yeah.
Big dog.
Which way do I go, George?
Yeah, because I mean it's 10-foot long, 8-foot high wolf. I mean, that was big dog.
I mean, maybe he can't be sure that he just didn't run into more enemies going, fuck.
Well, likewise, he saw you just kill. Saw you kill several cultists on the other side, so he's just trying to escape, and you're killing the people that had him captured. So
Yeah, oh yeah.
he seems to
And
be.
with Karth's superior armor class, he deftly avoids the attack of the cultists.
The cudgel Victorious, but body armor.
Yes.
Big shit happen around here.
It's Laurel's turn.
And Bob, Elnath feels really bad because I don't think you've ever had a 6 roll in an Elnath. Fucking 19s.
Nothing lower than a 16.
I'm going to attempt to shove away.
Okay. Ooh, one they could possibly actually contest you on.
Oh.
As you try to shove him, he just turns his shoulder as you push against his shoulder, and he kind of spins in place a little bit. But really just manages to kind of catch his balance right at the end without actually moving any. He is directed slightly in a different direction, but he's still in place.
I was really trying to set that up for Karth to wreck him with a melee attack.
Although I think you actually have to be holding a weapon to be threatening with for the reaction.
No.
I think.
Sad face.
You can throw punch him.
Judy chop.
Judo chop.
Hero.
Can I see cultist 9 from where I'm at?
No, it's pretty much tucked around the corner from you. You might have seen, like, as he reached forward and pushed him, that it kind of spun around. You may have seen, like, a hand waver come out, just barely. But as it kind of regained its balance and went back in place, that's no longer kind of almost hidden entirely around the corner.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna move and then hide and then pass the rest of my turn
Okay.
because I can't see the enemies and I can't help.
Right. You could come on around further if you wanted to. Then you'd be. I mean, the enemy's there. That's entirely up to you if you want to actually become exposed in that regard or not.
No.
Okay. All right. It is Doggy's turn.
I'm gonna step basically right behind Laurel so that this guy can see me really well. And then I'm gonna take a big snarl at him.
And try to intimidate him again.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you advantage again on this, at least from the cultist perspective. Ooh. Okay.
Much harder than last time.
Let's see. Let me just do one of these. Nope. You can see that the cultist is visibly frightened. As you snarl at it and growl, it kind of, you can see it kind of take a half a step back, and then it just kind of almost like just duck down, like, and put its hands up near its head. I'm sorry, I missed what, and you're gonna do what?
Oh, I'm gonna use my combat wild shape and heal myself up a little. Just lick my paw.
Okay.
Just a little bit. And that's all I can do, I think.
Okay. TX's turn then.
Okay. This guy's not prone this time, right?
He's not prone. He's cowering in fright a little, but he's not actually prone.
Alright, we're gonna move up to here. Get into close range.
Medium range, yeah. Yep. Feeling like you're in that zone of safety. So all the nerves out of the way. You're completely surrounded by those that can protect you. There's no threat. Calm, easy.
I'm gonna move that curse over to this guy.
Here's your bonus action. Okay. Yep. He's cursed.
Dexterity. Fuck.
Dexterity. Okay. Here it is.
Huzzah!
Yay!
Things happen. Sneak attack conditions met. It did not do the extra d6 for the hex.
Well, that's...
Isn't that what the purple one is?
No, sneak attack dice.
Oh.
So, just for clarification,
Josh?
What? So, just curious.
since you were able to sneak in here and in the perfect safety of all your friends, no scope the critically wounded cultist who was both frightened and hexed, and you hit him. That was supposed to give you 2d6 necrotic damage, right?
Just 1d6. Because I hit him. I was supposed to.
Just curious. We do have a nice little pile of corpses that we're kind of stomping all over here.
Oh yeah.
Oops, what did I do? I did it.
Yeah. Give that back. Hmm. In the world, can I get through? What? Damn, there's a dire wolf standing on my torch. Ugh.
Fetch.
Get your fat ass off my torch. I can't even get to it.
You might want to light another one.
Yeah, I'm gonna just Alright, so sheath a weapon takes an action. Right? Or a bonus
or
action?
you can sheath a single weapon as a part of movement.
Okay. Then
But
like
to
the
sheath
torch
two
as an
weapons-
action.
Yeah. You could. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I could let you pull it out and light it as a part of the action. Yeah, so you could sheath and light. Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. Wait a minute. Oh, I have a better idea. I'm gonna throw this torch. Why walk up there?
Okay, so that would take. So I'd let you draw it and light it, but you're gonna need some extra action here that you don't have to
Oh,
throw it.
Well, I have a lit torch in my hand now. End turn. Making progress.
Cultist 7's gonna come barreling down the thin corridor here. As it's going to lash out at its quarry that just ran out of range.
Disadvantage.
Okay.
Well, that's scary.
Did that actually do disadvantage? Oh, it did. Okay.
Yeah, it did. That's why it's super scary.
See it rake another scimitar strike across the back of this new human who's just managed to come from the other direction. As this cultist is joined by its friend. And it is Karth's turn.
I cast Blade Ward.
Okay.
Do I need to put that on myself, or did it do it automatically?
No, I think you'll take that effect with so you hit the magnifying glass to open the effect. You'll have to actually drag it onto you, and then it should apply the effect. You should be able to see it in the combat tracker list. The effect on you. Yeah. Yep. Resist bludgeoning, piercing, slashing. Yep.
And I still have some movement, right?
Mm-hmm.
I will allow you to move past me. Along the wall there. You little space. Hug the wall if you want.
Yeah, I'm hanging back.
So now the only question I'm going to have is the direwolf going to let you by?
Yeah, why wasn't you past me? I'm not willing to go past that thing to get my damn torch.
That would be the only hindrance.
Oh, she lets him move. She sniffed him. Smelled his butt. Said he was okay.
Is my HP being updated on my tune? Seems like it should be way less than 20 at this point.
So what it does is if you look at the combat tracker, I think you
Yeah.
guys have the same view. It keeps your hit points the same, and then on the third box it has wounds. And when the wounds reach your hit point, rather than actually add or subtract your hit points, that way you can always see where your max hit points are from that box. The wounds keep getting stacked up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're at 10 wounds, and so when your wounds reach your hit points, that's when you fall unconscious. Okay, hold on, let's see.
I think he still have more hit points than the terrorist.
See if this works. This should work. Oh, yeah, and it resisted. It resisted some of the damage, so that it only actually did one to you with the scimitar swipe as you ran away from the cultists. And it is Laurel's turn. So the Blade Ward effect did work. So that's pretty cool. Well, yeah, you struck it pretty good there.
I'm going to use some of my movement to move there. I'm going to attempt to shove away.
Okay. Should have enough space to move back. Yep. I'm not quite make it a full 5 feet. Enough that you can shove it back up against the wall.
So, so to move the full 5 feet, did I not get my attack of opportunity?
It still did leave your threats. It still left your
Okay.
threat space. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Push it backward, and as you do, as it starts flailing, you hit it with the shield, like bull rushing at some. And then as it goes backwards, as it starts flailing backwards, you just kind of uppercut slash with your longsword right across its chest, digging deep, and you can see the blood start to pour out of its robes, and as it starts soaking and moving spiral outward from the wound across the middle of the chest. It is Fane's turn.
Alright. This is a boulder, correct? Beside me?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm going to move and hide behind the boulder. Because I, one, don't like Tiak when he's close to me, and I don't know who he is. And I know that they're okay on the front. We're not having any problems.
Okay. Yep.
But I don't need to roll for hiding.
It would be your stealth. Did you, I'm trying to think, were you still hidden from the last turn? Because you might still...
No, because the direwolf moved, I think.
Okay, yeah, you want to roll stealth? And you're particularly trying to hide from...
The new guy.
From the new guy? Karth, go ahead and roll a perception roll. See if you catch her movement. If you actually are aware of her at all. Nope. Okay, and so you move, your bonus action was to hide. Are you going to, I guess, ready in action? Just like if he does something fishy, you're going to shoot him?
No,
Okay.
not yet.
Just observe? Okay.
Yep.
That's it. I figure these guys have got the last cultist, so I'm not going to do too much else.
Okay. Okay. Alright, GX. Show them your majesty.
Doing that thing at the bonus action.
Majesty.
Oh, that punched me right in the giggle box. I love it.
Are we choosing dexterity again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Majesty.
I think in this particular instance, you could probably get up next to him to punch him or stab him or whatever it is you'd like to do without
Yeah.
without incurring the squeezing.
Yeah, there you go. I'll open his cornflakes.
There we go. All right. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. Because I have a club.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, you can use the,
And it doesn't matter.
were you using your key point for, your strike, or what were you doing? Oh,
Huh?
you were just using, no, you're just using your yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm goofy. I know what you're doing.
I say, still counts as a weapon. It's a monk weapon. Still a club.
It does actually work that way. Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make sure if I was a torchbearer all the time.
With a last-ditch effort, for the cause, for the dragon.
Oh shit.
Wait a minute. See what that did? Hold up. Undo.
What do?
I noticed that the last time that effect got removed, it was when that person did damage to something else.
That's what it was. So it's applying that damage on its next attack.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
Ow.
he's getting the hex damage?
Yeah. You have to apply it to yourself.
Way to go,
Apparently.
Bob.
I was like, wait, why did you take a shit ton of damage?
Let me see how many.
I
I
just
didn't see the
fixed
damage actually take place though, did it?
Yeah.
There,
Yep.
some of it was partially absorbed. Okay, so let me fix this.
He did 13 damage to me.
Should
I'd
have
just
only
like to
done
point
4.
out.
Josh?
I'd
don't
just
need
like
to point out. You
I'd just
don't
like
need
to
to
point
out
out
a
that I
thing.
tried to ask for clarifications at least 5 or 6 different times on how the spell worked. And everyone's like, oh, tee Josh is being funny again. But no.
Oh, that's funny as hell.
So I fixed it.
Well, you did
so
not
you have
say
back
for
to
serious.
2 temporary hit points.
Yay! God. Bob's trying to kill me by buffing the enemy.
I'm just happy he hit something.
His spell did hit somebody. It did.
It is Karth's turn.
We're so bad we're trying to kill each other.
If I moved down there, would I be able to shoot over them, or would there be a chance they would, I'd hit them?
No, we don't. Yeah, there's no. We don't have the opportunity to critically fail in that regard, where you could hit enemy or allies, anything like that. What are you shooting to? Just curious. Also,
This cultist is already weakened, right?
yeah, it's critically injured. There's a large gaping wound across his chest, and blood is soaking into the robe.
Ray of Frost. Then I need to move first.
Yeah, yep, that could totally work.
Do the attack first.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I meant to.
Might okay. Let's see. That might actually hit. Let me just look and see. I forget what their AC is. Yep, that hits. You can just pretend that was on it to say the hit, and then just roll the damage onto the cult. Come on, not a 1. That's it.
Oh, I'm supposed to shift drag that thing onto the target. Not just drag. That's what's supposed to happen.
Oh, I do want to bring up to the group. There was another guard down there. He ran away. I don't know if he'll come back. He was afraid of the dark.
Are we still doing initiative order?
For the time being, yeah.
Okay.
There is still the potential of threat.
Oh.
Wait a second. It was. I don't know how that got back to T. I don't know how that happened at all. Was Carthage moved and then did the thing, and the cultist died.
Hit turn complete again, or
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Yeah, it went backwards for some reason, which is I don't know. Yeah, I may have accidentally clicked on it, to be honest. That's the most likely set of events.
oh, thank you, good sir.
Morn has a torch again, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. And it would be. Yep. Well, wait a minute. Did things double skip?
No, I just moved him into my turn.
Oh, okay. Yep. Sorry. Let's just make sure I didn't click.
I'm
bonus
gonna
again.
assume since he's being healed by Laurel that he's not paying attention to what's behind him.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Cultist, right?
I'm gonna pick up this torch in my teeth.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
And then I'm gonna trot over to Karth and wag my tail. And that's it.
I'm gonna go here and go stealthy.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna look in this little cave entrance right here. Can't go stealthy though. I'm carrying a torch.
Yeah, it doesn't work out too well.
No, no.
Just a moment.
Merritt managed it once. Rolled a natural 20 to pretend I was a wall sconce.
Yeah. Yes, you did.
I'm a little gnome statue.
I'm not here.
This chamber is mostly empty, except for a few overturned boxes, broken items, scattered coins, small gems that were dropped during what looks like some kind of hasty gathering of things.
All right. I'm gonna roll an investigation
Okay.
to see if I can notice anything cool. Where is that roll earlier? Jeez, Morn. 19 even with or an 18 even with negative. Why you let me down? Did you say aw?
Yeah, something didn't. Parcel did not work.
No.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's just they just linked it wrong in the story. Okay, no, the parcel's actually built right.
Yay.
You find a handful of coins, stuff valued at 16 gold pieces, which I have placed into the party sheet.
Yay.
Most of it appears to be stuff that you can see, mostly scraps of things, as though it looks like most of the stuff was gathered in haste, and there's just a few things that were left behind that had any value, but not very much. As though this was maybe a great storage room that was completely filled just only recently. You see scrapes and stuff all over the floor, and broken boxes and things like that where stuff used to be stacked.
Woo. Found something. Yeah.
Put you out there somewhere. Going in there to gather up a couple things on the floor in front of you.
Uh-huh.
Karth's turn.
Going to cast Blade Ward on myself again.
Okay.
And then step behind the Paladin.
Okay.
And just say, he ran off to the east. There was only one guard I saw that was left.
I'm gonna sheath my long sword as part of my movement. And pull out a torch and light it.
Okay. You see that this open room looks to have been essentially a makeshift barracks. You see weapon racks on the east side of the room, and makeshift pallets and beds just scattered all throughout. You can see the remnants of what was that little small campfire in the northwest, and then you can see in the southwest there just the little pile of rope and cloth that was used to bind Karth not long ago. It's mostly very, very simple bedrolls, not even with like blankets, but just the bedrolls themselves, and then the weapon racks in the southeast corner that are mostly empty. And then another small tunnel leading to the east.
My turn.
Mm-hmm.
Did I see TX go into stealth mode?
Roll perception check. You did not.
All right.
You maybe saw him, kind of pass by, and then he just kind of poofed out of sight on the other side.
Okay. I'm gonna move and kind of be obstructed view by the direwolf.
Okay. Which makes it the direwolf's turn.
Yeah, I just kind of want to duck up this way and see if I can smell anything up the other passage, other than mushrooms.
All right, go ahead and do advantage perception. Although the earthy smell, the musty smell of the actual mushrooms and dirt is fairly overpowering, your keen senses do pick up the scent of numerous kobolds, as well as humanoids that have trafficked this area quite heavily. Nothing seems to be lingering as though it's in the immediate vicinity. You're not picking up anything that's moving or in the vicinity.
Nothing recent.
But it's definitely a track. Like the track of that is very heavy in this area. Isn't it? Okay.
I'm gonna start squeezing into this tunnel.
Okay. You're. I want to say you're gonna move it like when you're actually in the tunnel. That kind of cuts your movement speed in half. That hasn't really been a factor up until now, but just the way you have to squeeze, it's gonna make it difficult to maneuver around in the tunnel. But you can definitely do it.
Okay. And that's it for, I guess, for me.
Okay.
Go up against that wall and press it real tight like.
Okay. You still. I mean, you really haven't changed your status hasn't changed. I guess. Changed illumination levels or haven't performed any actions, so you'd still be considered the same level of hidden. It's Morn's turn. I ran off to rage loot some coins.
Rage.
What is he to do now?
Woohoo! Well, because I can move 40 feet. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I just look over at the direwolf and go, what? How's it gonna fit? And then it's the end of my turn.
You can still use your action to move further if you want it. Alright, you can use your action to dash
Oh yeah, I can dash for what, 20 feet?
No, your full movement speed.
Oh shit.
Which is pretty far.
There you go. Now it's Car's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just
Yeah.
I moved down here, and I would like to detect magic and just see if there's anything, these cultists going on.
Ooh.
Does it have a duration? That's a duration, like 1 minute.
It is. Hold on. $10, up to 10 minutes.
While you concentrate. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. In this particular room, you're getting no essence of aura of magic at all.
Oh.
Okay.
Downer.
But you're holding on to that, so that basically gives you, this sense of auras while you're concentrating on that. The sense of magical aura throughout.
I'm gonna assume that that I could notice the campfire area that had been burning prior
Yes, you did.
without having to search or anything crazy like that. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to attempt to throw my torch into that campfire thing and light it doing that.
Clock walking.
Okay. Well, that could be spectacular.
So I don't know,
Ranged.
Dex, some kind of
Ranged
Be
attack.
awesome.
A thrown
Poisonous.
ranged attack you can use strength on, I think.
would it be athletics or acrobatics or
I don't know. Wouldn't it just be like a strength
straight
saving throw?
strength? Because there's two different things, right? Like it's not just strength, but strength is a thing that needs to be calculated into it.
Yeah, it's more about the aim, so it's more like an attack roll. So just do like your. Okay, let's see. Let me see. Yeah, just hit a random attack roll since all yours are +5. The thrown weapon. Like we're using the torch as a thrown weapon. We'll see how we did here. Tossing it over there, would that have hit the campfire? Yep. With almost an elegant grace, you just toss the torch towards the campfire, and it almost lands like a spear. Torch end first, directly in the little bits of wood as it ignites it, setting the room into full light.
And I hit that sucker. It wasn't even hexed. Alright, now as part of my movement, I'm going to draw my sword and go there.
Okay. Yep. As you move forward into the tunnel, the light starts to kind of dim on this side a little, as the torch was here, and then it was thrown to the other side, and then it starts to light the campfire. It's still on this side of the room, not quite as much. That emboldens this particular guard who is in the other room, who comes out running. You'll never get her. I let her escape. As he goes to attack you, striking out with the spear, which you parry with your long sword, just knocking the tip away as it clinks into the wall beside you, ineffectively. It's Fane's turn.
Alright, I'm gonna move right here behind the direwolf that is now blocking the tunnel.
Oh yeah,
And
she's wedged,
search through
squeezed in
the
there.
dead bodies and loot them. At least what I can get to.
Yep, you can pick her around.
Maybe find my rapier in there.
Yeah, as I said, those are dropped actually at the entrance over there. Mm-hmm.
So I don't need to roll to look for anything.
Investigate. Oh, the skills. The between the direwolf blocking the obscuring most of the area in front of you, it's not like you really want to get underneath into precarious position of the direwolf's back end. It's kind of hard to get underneath the bodies that she's standing on. You catch a glimpse of what might be your rapier under one of the bodies there, but you would have to search a little further to be certain.
Okay. And I can't use my bonus action to put my bow away.
You could do that as part of your movement. Yeah, you could have done that as part of your movement. Yeah. So you can put your bow away. Okay.
Yes. Maybe next time I can search better.
Yeah. You might just be less obstructed. It might be less difficult to search without the direwolf standing on the corpses.
The direwolf is very aware she's in the way, so she's gonna move through the tunnel.
Okay.
Commando crawling.
Yeah. It's shimmying. Interesting when you get around the curves there. Yeah, just coming out the other side. I'm sure that this would be a hilarious sight to witness. Of the commando crawling, shimmying, like wedged through. This would be something very difficult to get an animal to actually do of their own volition. It's only that it's...
Whatever. I saw Lassie.
It's
What's that girl? TX fell down the well?
not yet, but soon. It is TX's turn. That was, I guess, I made an assumption there. That was the end of your turn?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
There's not much else I can do, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go over here and take a gander back in this room. I was looking at mushrooms earlier.
Yeah, you do see, those extra large mushrooms up there in the front. But you're trying to scan. There's nothing evident about anything in this particular location, though, at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go about here then. Crap is...
Hey, there's the actual text. Found it.
Yay, text.
Just a second. Okay. It is Morn's turn.
You're all powder for Morn. Crap. There's a guard in the way. Well, seems I watched Laurel do it. I'm gonna chuck my torch at that guy. No, I won't do that. That's stupid. What can I do? I have Laurel in front of me. Let's see. Let me think of something creative.
The ceiling in this particular room is about 10 foot high.
Oh,
You could try
I'm gonna-
something
yeah.
spectacular.
I'm gonna try and jump over Laurel and the guard. Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Okay. Is that okay?
What?
You can sure try.
All right.
It's athletics to leap, for leaping distance.
All right. Well, I'm gonna lean up against the bear or the direwolf if it's okay, and then push off. Give it as much of a running
Can I-
start as possible.
Can I nudge him with my nose?
Yeah, toss me.
Toss.
Can I do that?
I don't know
The
that that's going to be
direwolf.
effective. I don't think that's going
Okay.
to be effective. You sure can. You can nudge him all you want to. Just don't know if that's
Just keep-
actually helpful or hurtful.
That's true. That's true. That's true. All right. All right. All right. Oh, so I'm going to try and get a running jump
Okay.
here. Let's see where's my skills here. Said the first one's gonna be athletics. You said.
Yep.
All right. Damn. I wonder if it'd be easier just to try and land on the guy.
Well, you're gonna take a running leap and see. You gotta
Anyway,
jump. You gotta jump
yeah.
over Laurel,
Alright.
so isn't you? You might not have a choice depending on the angle. Okay. You take off running, and you manage to leap with a running leap.
I'll step on
And-
Laurel's shoulder. Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna be doing that.
Stop
No?
saying things when you said you succeeded.
You actually managed to leap over him.
You didn't say them. I'll take it as yes.
Landing just on the clipped edge of the guard. Let's see how the guard gets out of the way.
How does he get out?
What interesting thing could ensue?
Runs right into Laurel. Ugh, shit.
So the guard sees you kind of leaping through the air, so instinctively it ducks down to make itself small, puts the shield over its head, and you land directly behind him.
Baller.
Catching yourself skidding, only slightly crashing into the wall. Now you're gonna have to roll acrobatics.
Alright. A forte. Seriously? Kidding me? God. The one I don't have a +5 modifier on. Did I roll?
As you land on the ground, you do manage to catch yourself up against the side of the wall, but the impact does cause 1d6 points of damage. You would take 3, which I applied. And that was your movement.
Yay!
He still gets an attack?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alright. Is he on the gun? Oh, there it is. And short sword on guard. And yeah, I'm not successful there. And arm strike on the guard. Oh.
Technically, you would have had advantage because you're flanking the guard more.
Okay.
So if you want to go ahead and roll the short sword one more time, just to see what the
Okay.
second die would have been.
Oh
Crit.
shit.
Crit.
Yeah.
So do your critical short sword attack.
Okay.
And then you swing, and like at the same time that you swing, you're also punch, like you swing and punch at the same time, like an uppercut to the gut as you swing over the top of the short sword, chomping right into the side of its neck. More shocked than anything, it really can't react in a defensive way, and falls dead.
Yay.
So
Come on.
you can think outside of the box. It's totally okay to do that. Although you had a really very low chance of making it over Laurel, but you happened to roll high enough that I allowed it. So
Yay.
Nicely done.
Yay. I wonder if TX can hit something more than I've jumped over something today.
this Karth's turn,
Yes.
witnessing the acrobatics of this other person.
I look down and see if that is the guard that was guarding me from earlier, if I can tell.
Do an investigation. This the from when he talked, the voice sounds exactly the same as the other one. You're relatively sure. I mean, you're not 100% sure, but you're relatively sure that it is the same one.
I tell everyone I think this is the guard that was guarding me earlier. I look down this pathway. What can I see?
Now that we got some light, we can actually see. About this. It's not a lot. Mostly due to the angle of the tunnel, more than anything. Morn can see that the light's actually shining out into the room. He just can't see into the room because most of that shining is reflection off the walls and stuff. From his current vantage point, pressed up against the wall as he is, just turning. Double sucker punch. The other guard and killed it. But he's still there, kind of crammed against the wall.
So like skills like investigation, that doesn't count as an action, right?
It depends. Depends on the context of the situation.
I can still cast Blade Ward on myself?
Yeah, I would allow that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
Yeah, because in this particular investigation, it was more. It wasn't like you bit. Like this was less of a you searched around and like dug through his pockets and that kind of investigation. Is more of a you put two and two together of what you heard him see. That he looks similar to the guard, like the same kind of. The clothes look similar, the sound, the voice is similar. So it was less like more at a glance kind of stuff, as opposed to you actually having to perform some kind of thing in order for it to happen.
Okay, I think I'm done.
Okay.
I'm doing quite great now. My situation has improved. Oh, I do wonder if do I still have my detect magic going? Did
You do.
anything in this little hallway stick out?
No, nothing at the moment. No.
Yeah, each turn is like what, 10 seconds, Dread? Right?
6 seconds.
Yep.
So it'll be up for a while as long as you're able to continue concentrating. Until we start moving around and actually do other, go out of initiative order and just go out of the rounds and start just moving and doing. Alright. What is... Yeah, okay. Alright, it is Faint's turn.
Alright, I'd like to look through the corpses for my rapier and any gold they might have.
Okay, go ahead.
That's investigation.
Yes, that's correct. Yes, now with the direwolf out of the way, you kind of move the corpse around because you get the weapon. Look for the weapon first. And then you find it right there on the ground underneath one of the corpses, kind of laying over most of it. Pick it up, you're able to wipe it off, and it is, and wield it again. As far as coins go, not a single one of the corpses has anything like a coin purse or even personal possessions of any kind that it appears. All of these cultists have undergarments, robes, scimitar. The guards have chainmail. And it is, what was it? It was actually, short spears and shield.
Were
They
these
don't
dressed
have-
the same as the other ones?
These are not dressed the same as the ones that you killed in the previous room. Those had the gray robes.
Well, the
with
masks is what I'm worried about.
Yeah, none of these cultists have masks. They're all in blue robes, except for the guards, which are actually in the chainmail instead. And they just have plain clothes underneath the chainmail with their shields.
Alright, then I'm going to move back to where those other ones were. Is that about there?
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess I'll do it my next turn to pick off some masks off of them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Is that correct? Because I can't use that for my bonus action.
The mask, you could very conceivably do that as part of both your movement and bonus action to pick up a mask on the ground.
Okay.
One of them, the biggest question will be is how intact are they? At least one of them literally got eaten. Their head got eaten. So at least one of them for sure is destroyed. Let me do a little roll here and see about the other two. It looks like there's one salvageable mask of the three.
But I can pick it up.
Mm-hmm. And that you acquire. Mm-hmm.
And then I can move back because I get to move.
Yep. And you can just put that in your inventory if you'd like. You have to create a little custom slot just call it Dragon Claw Mask. Dragon Claw being one word.
Thank you.
Yep, no worries. And let's say the put the weight at 0.5 on the mask.
It's a heavy mask.
Yeah, it's not like like a paper mask or anything like that. It would be made out of something ceramic, most likely.
Or wood.
Wood or ceramic, yeah.
Talking back in the old days. And that late plastic stuff going on here.
Yeah. Alright.
I just want to poke my head down this tunnel and see, give a smell and a listen and see if I can tell what's down there.
Okay.
Can I tell you the real perception check? What? Oh yeah, you get critical. You get advantage. Nice.
Yeah, so when you smell, you definitely smell that there is humanoids. This does not seem to be a place where kobolds are allowed to be. There's no, since you entered the tunnel, trying to keep track of some of the traces, there's been no smell of the kobolds this way at all. But you no longer, you don't get any scent of any active thing, any recent things other than this guard right here that's still producing scent. You get the one thing you do smell is there's like a lot of dust in the air, like very unsettled dust. Very unusual. Musty and damp and all that kind of stuff in a cave, sure, but usually not like a plume or cloud of dust that would be something that you would expect. But you do recall hearing something earlier. You were the only one that actually heard it.
Okay, I kind of push a little bit into the tunnel. I can't really go into it so much, but I want to indicate that I want to go down that way.
Okay. Yep. Like maybe a little nudge from the back.
Yeah.
To Karth there.
A wet puppy nose in the butt crack there.
It has a head, half the size of you.
That would get me to move, that's for sure. Or crap myself, one of the two. Or maybe both in some order.
I also still have that torch, so I'll hold it out. Probably looks like a giant wolf with a cigar hanging out his mouth.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'll hold that out to Karth and see if he'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah,
or
I'll
if he
take
just
the,
sees his wolf teeth.
Just take the torch from her. Okay.
I'll gently take the torch from the big fanged mouth.
Is this what you want? Because
It's a little
please
bit
don't
slower.
bite my
It's
hand
okay.
off. Alright, it is... Okay, that makes it TX's turn.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna not do too much this action.
Are you moving anywhere?
No. No. But I will go prone.
Okay. All right, Morn.
Orange a little wanting to go this way, not towards the mushrooms. You're going to backtracking for some. Orange gonna peek in this room right here.
Okay.
Just around the corner here. Just enough.
It is clear. Well, no, it's not actually clear because you weren't unclear to begin with because you didn't hear or see anything, smell anything. People don't know. But what you see is, as you come around the corner, this looks like it was a makeshift office of some sort. There is a okay, so I'm gonna click on that. That text is for later, not as yet. What you see is you actually do see unsettled dust all across the back end, as it looks like a little place in the floor. Looks like may have been some kind of small tunnel, and that tunnel has been collapsed in. You actually see rope that looks like it leads into the rubble, like it's tied off, like it was some kind of rope ladder or something to go down into this part of the floor in the back. That is now just been collapsed with rubble.
Okay.
You see a table in the back in the alcove to the left. You can just see the edge of a table. There's also a fairly nice bed in here, which is larger than the size of the tunnel, so it had to have been actually assembled in here in some way.
Roll an investigation, just to get a little, see if I find anything different. Go in the room.
Not from this particular vantage point.
Yeah. Not from the middle.
Now there's that table up in the alcove all the way up at the top. There looks to be a couple things spread out on the table, but nothing. They're just the bed in here.
Okay.
And with that, we can kind of fall potentially out of initiative here. We'll do this, so we can just kind of move around freely, unless we do something, depending on what we do anyway. We might have to go back.
Oh, so we're like out of combat now.
Essentially. Yeah, we usually do the turn order for like when things are going on, in case, especially if there's stuff that's yet undiscovered or you're kind of making your way.
Can I pick up some arrows?
Yeah. How many did you fire? 4, 5, 5?
6.
Oh, you actually 6? Okay.
Well, I think 4 or 5 this time.
You can reacquire 4 arrows that you fired that are currently unbroken. A couple of them are in rather. They're not broken, but they're in rather gross condition. As the one that went through the dude's head. That one is unrecoverable because you won't be able to actually get it out without breaking it. The one that severed the neck clearly in half actually is just covered in gore and stuff. But the other 3 seem to be in good condition and also not too soiled. and then you have the one in good condition yet utterly soiled.
Okay.
I asked Karth to come look at this office if he did that. I'll roll an investigation too. If I notice anything. Within my eyes. To do that.
I have some bad poetry about dragons.
And I need to make a
The rubble over there that you're scratching at, go ahead and do a perception for your scent again. So you get a very handful of very distinct smells. You get some generic humanoid smells. You get something that's in somewhat partially the scent seems familiar. It has some relationship to the kobold smell that you smelled earlier, but it's definitely not that. It has the smell itself has an elegance to it.
Am I actually able to move any of this rubble?
It is you can move some of it, yes, but it is definitely a large amount that is actually collapsed from above. So it's not like just a pile of a few things that is laying on top of something, so much as it is almost like an avalanche of stuff from above on to fill up the tunnel face. And this is also the part where Karth, if you as you're concentrating, if you look around the pile of rubble, you can see residue of magical aura all around with the back of this wall that looks like has slid in. So there's some kind of magical trap or device intended for this purpose.
yeah.
So did this stuff collapse from like a wall or from above us?
Well, a little bit of
I look
both.
up.
It's kind of come out of the corner, so it is like it's collapsed both out of the wall and a little out of the ceiling, and even some of the ground. So like it looks like that the thing that it collapsed into was some kind of inset thing, that maybe some kind of tunnel that was in the bottom corner of the floor, and that itself looks like that collapsed, bringing in the wall forward and some of the ceiling down upon it, creating a giant avalanche over which you can't even see most of the area that is what it would have been the entrance to this little tunnel that goes down, like it's almost like a ramp or a slide down below.
So it didn't open up any new areas above us or anything. It just totally covered up what could be a tunnel.
Correct. Correct. And then now you two enter the room, and you kind of see what I've been describing. This collapsed wall, ceiling, all in this kind of corner back here is all kind of collapsed, avalanched, covering what would have been a ramp or tunnel going down through the floor. And then there is a table up in the alcove to the north that Juan was up there looking at the papers and stuff.
Can I also roll to look at the papers?
Mm-hmm.
Is that investigation again?
It sure is.
Right.
Underneath the table and off to the back, kind of hidden in the corner, you find a small trunk.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Is it locked?
It is.
So I need to use my thieves' tools to open it?
You sure would. Then let's go with the Dex version. Here. Yeah, so it's not too good of a lock. So just a couple of seconds will it work, and the lock snaps open. Take it off. As you lift the trunk, you find in it a set of purple regalia.
What is that?
What is what?
Like fancy
Purple
robes.
regalia?
Yeah, regalia like ceremonial robes, like what the people with the doctorates degrees wear at graduation.
Okay.
Roll an intelligence check. Just off of your main character, just do straight up intelligence.
Off the main page?
Yeah, actually, this would be memory. So let's do wisdom. Yeah. You remember something about hearing in your briefing about purple, particularly, but not really sure what that was about.
And there was nothing else of value or of interest.
Nope. The map with information, the special note, and then the chest containing the regalia.
So can I pick up the map and the note, and how much would the robe weigh?
Those are the map and note would be nearly negligible. The regalia would be like 3, 4. Yeah, we'll say 4 pounds. It's gonna be heavier than regular clothes, so we'll call it 4 pounds for the regalia.
So I'm gonna put the map in my pack.
Okay.
Is it just an attack map?
What now? Is it a
What do you want me to name it?
Yeah, you could
Does
just
it matter?
put. Yeah, you could label it whatever one, as long as you could distinguish it to recall what it is, and you might make a note containing the contents of the information, so that you can recall it later. or anything else for that matter. And with that, it has been an extra long bit of time, so I think we'll call it there and pick up where we're going to try to figure out what we do, where to go from here next time.
That was a super long battle.
Sure was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome.
I had a lot of fun. So
Sadly, we
good,
didn't have any cudgel kills.
good first campaign.
Well, thank you guys very much.
I saved the distributor for the map already.
Oh, you did? You saved it?
Yep.
Okay.
Figured
Cool.
I'd do it this time because we never
public.
do it, and then.
Okay, I
You
took
have to
care
go
of it.
look
Yeah,
for
there
it
we
30 times.
Yeah, we'll do that. That way, yeah, so you won't have to finish doing that, Lily. I'll just go ahead and delete that one since Wolfen already had it done.
I was trying to figure out how to delete Vulcan.
Yep, I gotcha. Alright, good deal, fellas. Ladies. It was a good session there. So now we'll just figure out when we're going to do it again. I will go ahead and cut the stream. So anyone actually watching that isn't a part of our little group here, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And we'll see you guys.